So we ready to get started here? I think we got two more guys after me. I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. You guys are probably wondering why I put this picture up there. How many guys know who this is? How many guys actually know who this quarterback is? You're too old. You're old enough. Okay, good. Some of you guys are probably going, man, who is this guy? Who is this guy?
Is it Doug Williams?
Bingo. That's Doug Williams. This is a guy that first of all, let me start out by saying I'm honored to be here in front of you guys, just trying to give something back to you guys. I want to thank Paul and the Ratable organization for having me here. Okay, I think it's a great time for football coaches to really get involved, even when they're coaching the young kids at every position, okay? The other thing I want to say, congratulations to those Bronze-White Lions guys for winning another German Bowl, okay? My hat goes off to you. Congratulations. Congratulations to Coach Graham. He had a great season, even though he came up short, just like the Rebels did. We came up short, but overall it was a great year, okay? So just so you guys know, these guys that are in here giving you this information, they work their tails off year-round. So to you other coaches and players, my hat goes off to you, okay? I put this guy up here because this was one of my idols when I was growing up playing quarterback, okay? This guy was, for me, my hero, okay? And that's why I put him up there. Sometimes, you know, as a young kid, and you can probably tell some of your players, hey, who do you want to be like, okay? Who's the guy that you idolize the most at your position? Find that guy, study him. If that's who you think you want to be like, you end up being yourself, but you can find somebody and it'll do what for you? It'll make you go back and look at film. How'd that guy do it? Okay? And that's what I did. Okay? Just to give you a little information on where I'm from, it's kind of small. I come out of Los Angeles, California, went to Crenshaw High School, okay? Came to Germany in 1989, okay? Played with the Berlin Adler. We had a chance to win 3 German Bowls there. With the Adler, we went to the Euro Bowl a couple of times, okay? And we came up short, okay? Not bad, though. You know, it was my first time over here. I also was able to probably hold one of the bigger records here as far as touchdowns, 11 touchdowns in one game, okay? Which is back when football was kind of obsolete here, okay? So it was easy to do, okay? Today's game, I tell you what, that ain't happening, okay? That's not happening. As you go down, I was a head coach with the Berlin Adler in 99. 2000, I was a head coach with the Dresden Monarchs. In 2002, from 2004, I was with the Hamburg Wild Huskies. 2005, I was with the Hanover Musketeers. 2006, I was the offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator for the Berlin Adler. 2009 and 10, I was the head coach for the Berlin Rebels. Okay, we moved up from the second league to the first league, and then they fired me, okay? Remember, in this business, you're hired to be fired. Remember that you're hired to be fired. It can last for 15 years, but eventually that day is going to come. Okay, it's going to come. Okay, 2012, I was with the New European White Tigers, so on and so on and so on. But this is not about my accolades. I just wanted to share that with you and let you know where I've been as far as playing quarterback and playing this game. Okay, good. So, quarterback position. Quarterback position. It's the position of love and hate. When you're throwing touchdowns, everybody loves you. Everybody. You know, you got girls that you don't even know. Hey, great game. Everybody loves you. You know, hey, you're signing autographs. You're like, I didn't know I was that famous. They love you, okay? They're praising you. They're looking at you like, man, God, I want my son to be like you. You got people coming up to you going, hey, when my son gets older, can you coach him? So, you know, it's a position where you're going to be well-liked. But on the other hand, you're going to be hunted and hated. Okay? You're going to be hunted and hated. You got people saying, man, get this guy out of here. He stinks. He sucks. He's the worst thing that ever happened to this team. Example, when I first got over here, we played the Amsterdam Crusaders, I think, in a preseason, a Euro Bowl game. I remember it was April. I played the second half. We had a quarterback by the name of Bebo Schroeder, played the first half of the season for him. But when I got over here, They said, we're going to let Bebo start. So, I said, no problem. I don't have a problem with that. So what happened was Bebo's in there. He throws 3 good passes. And I'm happy for him. I'm like, hey, man, I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to come in. I can just sit back here in Berlin and do nothing. They said, Cliff, you're in the second half. I'm like, man, I just got here 3 days ago. What happens? I throw 3 interceptions in 1 quarter. And I can see people in the stand going, get his ass out of here. He ain't worth shit. Send him back to America. So remember, you're going to be loved and praised, hunted and hated. Some of you coaches are probably saying to yourself, well, my quarterback, he's okay, does a pretty good job, but he stinks some days and I just want to get rid of him. Stick with your guy. Stick with him. If that's your guy, stick with him. Believe me, you won't find any other position, okay, that is more challenging, okay? And that's why I put right here the most challenged player. Remember, your quarterback has to do what? Can somebody tell me? I want to get you guys involved in this. I don't want you to sit here like robots going. So go ahead. Somebody just raise your hand. What does your quarterback have to do?
He has to lead the offense.
He has to lead the offense. Anybody else?
Read the defense.
Has to read the defense. Okay, we'll get to that. Somebody else?
Has to know what the O-line does.
Has to know what the O-line does, okay? Don't you think that's a lot to consume? A receiver has to know his pass routes, who he's blocking, and how to catch. Quarterback has to know at least 15 things. Play calls, read the defense, read the coverages, okay? Not only that, he has to make sure that the team is behind him, okay? There's so much information a quarterback has to give out. I mean, so much. If you sit in the quarterback's shoes on game day, you'll probably be going, my God, man, I feel sorry for you, And everybody's like, well, it's easy. He just has to throw the ball off and hand off. It's not that easy. Believe me, I've come to games before where I'm throwing up. I'm in the locker room throwing up. And they're like, Cliff, what's wrong with you? No, nothing. Because there's so much pressure on the quarterback. He's the most challenged player. Let me ask you this. Where's Sori at? Is he here? Do we have any defensive line players here? Coaches here, defensive line? Who's the one guy that you're trying to get?
Quarterback.
Okay, simple answer. Quarterback. He's the most hunted player possible. Your coaches tell you, hey, if we can get rid of that starting quarterback, we got a chance to win. Just knock him out the game. Knock him out. I heard coaches say, hey, if we knock out that quarterback, they don't have a backup. We win. That's how it is. It's even in the NFL. They get rid of the quarterback, what happens? The backup sometimes stinks. He stinks, okay? So it's very important. It's very important to let your quarterback know how important he is and the leadership that he has to take on, taking all this on. Because a lot of times you have that guy that's a diva. You guys know about that guy, huh? That diva quarterback who walks around thinking, hey, I'm the shit. I'm so good, man, can't nobody touch me. Okay? Just be aware of that as coaches. Just be aware of that. The one thing that I want to say about the quarterback is this. The other thing is, make sure that you've got a guy who can lead by example. Because he can ruin your team. This guy right here, the quarterback, can ruin your team. Just the way he carries himself. Remember that. Because I was taught like this as a quarterback. If you lead by example and you do the right things, people are going to follow you. As coaches now, okay, we're talking about your situations. If you're coaching quarterbacks, lead by example. Lead by example. Now we get to our next point. Good. How many of you are head coaches in here? Okay. How many of you are quarterback coach? How many of you are just the offensive coordinator? Okay. We've got some in here who coach the quarterbacks, offensive coordinator, okay, and the OC, okay? Good. How many of you believe that it's maybe too much sometime for you? Just a little, sometimes. Okay, we got a couple of hands, okay? Good. The next thing is stay honest to yourself. Be realistic how far you can do it. Because sometimes you can delegate some of that responsibility to your quarterback. It gives him the opportunity, okay? It gives him the opportunity to grow, okay? It gives him the opportunity to grow. That means everything that I do, okay, everything that I do as far as quarterbacking as a player, my coach can help me out with it, okay? My coach can help me out with it. Okay? That doesn't mean you have to try to do everything. Coming to my next point. Coaches, be prepared. Okay? Be prepared in everything you do. I've seen coaches come out to practices, they have no plan. None. None. And guess what? Your quarterback knows it. Or your quarterbacks. They'll know if you're not ready. Coach comes out there and says, hey, today we're going to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Today's technology allows us to do what? Get information out. What I do with my quarterbacks in Berlin, I get the practice plan from the head coach and I say, okay, this is what we're doing. I send it to them on WhatsApp. I send them some type of message so they can be prepared when they come. Today's technology allows you to be able to work with your quarterbacks away from the field. Today's technology always says, you know something? I can take my quarterbacks and I can just send them the play script. Okay? I can send them the play script. Every last play that I got, I can take a picture of it, click, send it to them, and then they know what they're doing. If they have any questions, and I write on there, if you got any questions, write me back and I can explain it to you, okay? So, hey, practice schedules, okay? Play scripts, game day scripts, your first 10 plays on game days. Involve your quarterbacks. Don't make it rocket science for them, and don't have surprises for them. Okay? Always involve your quarterbacks. Your quarterbacks must be involved. They have to be, because they're you on the field, correct? The things that you want to get done, they have to do on the field. Okay? It's real important that you just don't say, hey, today we're doing this. Quarterback has no idea. He doesn't know what you're doing or what you're thinking. Any questions about that? Anything anybody want to say about that? I like to get the coaches involved because sometimes you have questions and you're not sure, hey, should I say this or should I say this not? Go ahead and ask if you got any questions. Okay. Good. The next thing for you coaches, okay? What type of offensive system are you running? Know it. I've been involved in programs where I was a receiver coach and the offensive coordinator or the head coach offensive coordinator, he didn't really know what he was doing. I've been a quarterback on teams where the offensive coordinator say, oh, today we're doing this. And then 2 days later, we're changing up the whole offense before a game. That can't happen. So all you guys who are coaching your quarterbacks, get them involved, okay? Always get them involved. Know your system inside and out. Why would we want to do that? Because somebody give me an answer to that. Anybody. Why do you want to know your system inside and out?
Well, if you know your system and you expect your quarterback knowing it, you might understand his decision he's just taking on the field.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. The reason I say know it inside and out, because if your quarterback feels confident that you know your system, you can sell it to him easy. You don't have to worry about him questioning you. Don't you guys remember that time when you probably first started coaching and the player said, well, coach, what about this, this, and this? And you, you wasn't sure about it. Remember this. Remember this. When the quarterback starts talking that the offensive coordinator or the guy that's running the offense doesn't really know the offense that he's running, what starts happening to your team? People start gossiping. Now you can't sell it to the rest of the team. People start saying, hey, offensive coordinator, the quarterback coach don't know what he's doing. Now you've got half of your team over here going, why are we losing? The other half going like, man, we need another coach. And now the coach is sitting where? On the hot seat with the forced on. Yes. Know your system. I've been there, okay? I've been there. Okay, and it took me a long time to understand, study the game. Keep it simple for yourself and for your players. Once your quarterback is confident with what he's doing, and you know that he can run the offense without you being there, if you have to call your quarterback one time and say, hey, I can't make it, I got to work late, okay, your quarterback can step in and be able to run that offense. And you say, hey, I'm going to send you 5 plays, passes, I'm going to send you 5 run plays. I want you to run it. Try it one time. Try it and just see how far. That'll give your quarterback so much confidence. You want a leader out of that guy. Okay, the next thing, choosing and selecting your quarterback. Know in the offseason what type of quarterback you're getting. In the GFL, it's a little bit different in the men's, okay, because they go out and buy quarterbacks. Okay, they can go out and buy quarterbacks. They spend money. On the lower level, okay, understand what type of guy you're working with, okay? If it's just a local guy, hey, give him the opportunity to make mistakes. Give him that opportunity. Because if he's the only guy around that can throw a 20-yard out or a post or a curl or a hitch, you've got to work with him. So don't be picky, okay? Don't be picky about your quarterback, because if you run that guy away from the team, you might end up putting on some pads yourself. And you don't want to do that, okay? You don't want to do that. I've been there. I was coaching with the Adler, and I had Vanya Miller as my quarterback. Vanya got hurt, and I was still young enough to play, I thought. He gets hurt. He's pissed off at me for some reason. Something happened where he wasn't at the game. You know who ended up playing quarterback? Coach Madison at 35. And I think I broke my thumb or something in that game. So don't run your quarterbacks away. Spend time with them. Understand their necessities as far as off the field. But be very communicative with them, okay? Communicate with them. Communicate with your quarterbacks. They're important. Okay, also when you're looking for your quarterback, speed, size, running ability, throwing ability, okay? How many guys want a drop back quarterback? The drop back. He's just a drop back quarterback, you know. He can't run, he can't do anything. How many guys that can run? How many guys want a running quarterback in your offense? Okay, you want a running quarterback, Paul? Okay, good. How many of you guys want a zone read quarterback if you're running a zone read? Now, this one's going to get you right here. I bet you everybody raises their hand when they say, I want a guy that can do it all. How many guys want a guy that can do it all?
I'll take 2.
Okay, a guy that can do it all. Everybody wants that quarterback, but sometimes we don't have a choice. We don't have that choice to get that quarterback. So we have to do what? We have to adjust our system to what we have. Work with your quarterback. Be able to say, hey, you know something? Here's a guy right now that I got who's willing to commit his time to this team. Don't put a system in that he can't do. We come up with these great playbooks. Great, man, zone read is great. But this guy is 6'10", okay, and he can't run, but he can throw the shit out of the ball. So what are you going to do? We're going to pass the ball. We're going to turn our team into a passing team. Okay, but now I got a guy who's 5'9", but can run the zone read to perfection. So now what do you do, coaches? Anybody got any answers? What do you do? Okay, so what do you have to do from there? You got a quarterback, now what do you have to start doing? You got to find some running backs to complement the guy, okay? Remember, don't put together an offense with a quarterback that can't do it. You're wasting your time. You'll get so frustrated, and you keep telling yourself, man, wow, I got the greatest offense in the world. On this computer, I got over 55 playbooks, but I don't use none of them. Oregon, Cal, Rutgers, but they don't fit because I don't have the personnel to run them. I have to find out what my personnel can do. What personnel can I get in my system to be able to run these things that I want to do? Okay? That's why it's so important for you coaches to be real picky about what you do. Just don't take any playbook and say, oh, we're going to do that. This looks good. Oh, I seen Oregon running a zone read. I want to run that offense. Now you passed out this playbook to your quarterbacks, to your whole offense, and you're like, out of the 10 plays that I'm looking at, we can only do 2. And then you want to go into a game like that and have your quarterback believe in you? That can't happen. Can't happen, okay? The other thing, plan A, plan B, okay, and even plan C. Does anybody know what plan A is? Just off the top of your head. Just what do you think a plan A is?
Game plan? Or basic game plan?
Nope. Practice. It takes us up to practice. We here in Germany don't have the luxury of having 50 players, 45 players, 35 players, 25 players, 20 players at practice at times, correct? Sometimes you guys come out there and there's 14 guys out there. I'm quite sure every coach has been there, right? Has every coach been there? The thing you have to do is you have to make sure your quarterback does not get frustrated with what he sees. Even in the GFL sometimes, okay? I've been there where, hey, I got 1 quarterback, 2 receivers, a running back, and 3 offensive linemen. Allow your quarterback to be able to sit with those guys. It's real important because, like I said, if he believes in what you're doing, they're going to believe. They're going to stick around, okay? They're going to stick around the practice and going to be like, man, it was terrible today, but we got some work in. And that's what it comes from, that you can get some work in with the players that you got, with your quarterback leading. Because he is the leader of the team at this level. He's the guy that the player said, well, I tell you what, if we don't have a quarterback, we can't play. But you do have a quarterback. Plan B. Plan B is this. Always prepare another guy for the quarterback position. Always. Whether it's your best athlete, okay? Maybe he might be a receiver. Maybe he might be a defensive back. Maybe he might be a defensive end that can throw. You never know what you got, okay? I call him a diamond in the rough, okay? Now, hey, I searched and, hey, you know something? Today, you know something? We only got 14 guys, but we got 2 defensive ends. Let's see who can throw the ball. Let's see who can throw it out. Just now you've got in your mind, man, guess what? If it ever comes down to it that my quarterback can't be there because his cat jumped out the window, okay? I've heard all those stories, okay? His dog ran out in the street and won't come back, so he's chasing him the whole day. His girlfriend is sick, okay? He has to work late. He has schoolwork to do. Those things come up at this level. It comes up, believe me, and you guys have all faced it, haven't we? Guys can't make it to practice for certain reasons. Find a backup quarterback. Never go into a game with no backup quarterback, because you'll be sitting there looking like this. Hey, you want to come out of stands and play? I got some pads for you. You'll find yourself doing that, okay? And it's a horrible feeling. So find that backup guy. That's plan B. And plan C, okay, is the same thing. Find a third guy, even if it's just snapping him the ball and him running right and left. You have to. You don't have the luxury of 45 guys at practice. You don't have the luxury sometimes with 25 guys at a game. We don't. Here in Germany, we don't have that luxury. So always having your plan, okay, I got 3 plays that Sam can run. He can run right, he can run left, he can run lead up the middle with a fullback blocking. It keeps you in the ball game. And you're not sitting there going, well, refs, we have to quit playing. Always plan A, plan B, and plan C, okay? Good. Set goals. The next one is set goals for your quarterbacks. Set goals for yourself. If you don't set any goals, how do you expect to accomplish anything? Some of us probably, when we first start coaching going, well, I want to do this and I want to do this. Be reasonable. Have reason. Set those goals reasonable. Don't say, hey, my offense, we're going to get 500 yards every game. We're going to pass for 250 and run for 250. Is that reasonable? Is that realistic? No, it's not. Set those goals and give them to your quarterback. Sit down with him and tell him, hey, these are the goals that we want to set as an offense. These are the goals that I want to set for you. Be realistic. Don't be out the ballpark saying things that you know is not going to happen. Okay, especially at the lower level, okay? 4th, 5th league, 6th league. Hey, set reasonable goals. One goal might be, something? No turnovers. No turnovers, okay? No interceptions, no fumbles, okay? Those are reasonable goals. But if I say, hey, we're going to get 350 yards this and 250 yards that, that's not reasonable. Because now you're doing what? You're putting pressure on those kids, and they're going to stop having fun. Don't do it to them. Don't do it to them. The next one, as a coach, are you willing to learn? How many here like to learn? How many coaches in here like to learn? Everybody. The other thing is this, are you willing to listen? Not just to another coach or somebody you think who's a guru at his position, okay, at the quarterback spot, but to your player, to your quarterback. Sometimes we try to get our quarterbacks to do things that they cannot do. So you sit your quarterback down and you say, hey, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to actually hear, what are you good at? Once you find that out, then you can say, you know something? Now I know what I can put in place for him to work with. These are the things that he's good at. But on the reverse side of that, you just don't let him just say, I'm good at this and just do that only. You work on his worst part of his game, whether it be dropbacks, whether it be handoffs, whether it be reading the defense, okay? And tomorrow in the practice, we'll go over with the quarterback coaches and everything, coverages with the quarterbacks, okay? Good. First of all, are you a student of the game? As a coach, you have to ask yourself, do I study the game good enough to be able to explain to my quarterback why we're running this? You have to find out for yourself, hey, do I sit down 2 hours a day and study film instead of looking at who's the boss or whatever? Believe me, I've seen coaches do this. They'll come home, okay? I was living with a guy. He would come home. He's the offensive coordinator. And I say, hey, man, let's just take an hour and just look at some film. No, man, let's go get a doner kebab and watch whatever. Take that time, man. Believe me, if you're just sitting there because I tell you what, once you put that football film in or that tape of your quarterback, you'll see some things that, hey, you know something, we need to correct this. While you're sitting there with your quarterback, okay, or yourself studying film, write it down. The chain of thought will go so fast away from you. Hey, I got a great idea. Let's work on this. Write it down. Don't be afraid to write your ideas down because now you can implement them in what you're doing scheme-wise. You can give it to your quarterback. Hey, I was thinking of this. Communication with the quarterback is so important. Okay, it is so important. It's to the point where you want him to be able to say, Coach, I know what you're thinking. And when he gives you that answer, you can look and say, you're right. Now I don't have to worry about in a game, hey, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Okay? Good. Do you know the defense that you're running against? How many coaches actually know the defenses that when they play against a team? How many coaches know what defense that they're running? Raise your hand. Just raise your hand if you know. Huh? The other opponent, if you're an offensive coach, do you know what defense they're running? Okay, by film, yes. Good. The thing is this, how about calling around? Call another coach. Because your quarterback needs that information too. Your quarterback is, you've been practicing on a 4-3 the whole week. The whole week you've been running a 4-3. Yeah, they're going to run this and this, and they come out in a 3-4. And now your players are going, we didn't practice against this. And your quarterback's running off the field going, Coach, what is this? Have you guys experienced that? Just about everybody. Okay. Call another team. Hey, what are they doing? I'll exchange, after we play them, I'll exchange the information with you. Your quarterback needs that. Your quarterback absolutely needs that. It makes it so much easier for him to engulf all the information and to be able to get it out and use it. Okay? Good. Are you able to motivate your quarterback weekly? How many guys here have a problem with their quarterbacks getting motivated on game days? Be honest. Raise your hand. Okay. So you mean to tell me every week everybody's quarterback is motivated to win? I don't believe you. I've been there as a quarterback, and sometimes it's hard to get a guy motivated. Sometimes it's hard. The next time that I come down here, I want to see some coaches tell me, well, Coach, we played against such and such, and my quarterback, he wasn't into it. And it doesn't have to be that he's going to admit it to you, but you should be able to have that feeling as a coach. That's why I say know your quarterback. Have that feeling that you know something, this guy is not ready today, so I need to be able to do something different within our game plan where I'm not putting so much pressure on him. Because everybody has a bad day. Coaches have a bad day, players have a bad day, wives have a bad day, your kids have a bad day, and so on, and so on, and so on. Remember, this sport is something that it grows on you, but sometimes you get burnt out and tired of it. Give your quarterback the opportunity to make mistakes. Let him make mistakes, but you have to coach him up after that. You can't let those mistakes just go on and go on and go on, okay? Good. So, coaches, how many of you all have good off-the-field habits? Off the field, on and off the field habits. Do you lead by example? Let's be honest.
Checking the opponent videos. Be prepared for the opponent.
That's good off-the-field habits. Preparation. Not only that, does your quarterback see you in the club hanging out? Does he see you in the bar drinking? Okay. He's waving his head like, yep. It's not a bad thing. But make sure you build a relationship with that quarterback, because if he ever sees you walking out the bar like this, he's going to look at you when you come on the field like, really? I've been there. Give you a story. Berlin Adler, 2007. 2007, we go down to Stuttgart. We play the Stuttgart Scorpions. We almost beat them to go to the championship, semifinal game. On the way back, Coach Madison decides to have some beers with the players. I'm getting hammered. I'm talking about hammered. Then they broke out the vodka bottle. I'm sitting there drinking. So we make a stop, on the bus, and I get ready to stand up, and I'm like this. I fall flat on my face. And all the players are still on the bus, and they're looking like, oh shit, our coach is wasted. I didn't get rid of that tag on me for 2 years almost. I didn't get rid of that tag off of my head for almost 2 years. It was the worst feeling knowing that players seen me the way I was. It's terrible, man. So I learned the hard way that, you know something, I have to be a good example off the field as well as on. How can I tell you to do something when I'm not doing it myself? How can I do that? That's just like if I go out here and tell you, hey, don't hit women. And I go out here and slap some girl. Coach Madison is in the news. He just slapped somebody. Not a good example, is it? Lead by example, guys, as coaches. Lead by examples. I try not to curse as much as possible. But there's days when you know something, and I ask the good Lord, Father, forgive me, but I'm about to rip his ass. Because that was just a dumb mistake. But there's days like that. Try to lead by example as much as you can. It plays a role, not only as a coach, but as a man. As a man. Believe me, it goes a long way. Your players will respect you so much more, okay? One thing that I really don't like is when I see players and coaches smoking at halftime. Another example, sitting right here. I used to do it. But as I got older, I said, you know something? How could I tell this guy not to be smoking in front of those kids who are envying these guys? My quarterback is smoking. How could I tell somebody else not to do it? How? I can't. I can't. And that's not fair. So coaches, try your best to lead by example off the field, on the field, okay? The other thing is this. For your quarterbacks, you have to sell your offense. Sell it to them. Make them believe. Not just one quarterback, your starter, but all of them. Whoever you've got playing quarterback, be sure that he's a guy or they're players that believe in what you're doing. Because when people start talking about the offense don't work because the offensive coordinator or the quarterback coach is not coaching it right, make sure before you step on the field that they believe in what you're doing. Give them that responsibility of saying, you know something, this works. I believe in it. Because if you go 0-4 in the beginning of the season, people start talking, right? You've lost 4 games in a row. The offense is not doing anything. The defense is saying what? Man, you know something? We need a new offensive coordinator. Or we need another quarterback. It happens so fast. Good. Let me see if I got this right here. Okay. Question. What's the most important thing about playing the position of quarterback? What's the most important thing? And I'm going to hide it from you. Any answer?
Knowing and trusting your system. That's the first thing.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Being a leader.
Okay. Anybody else? Just off the top of your head, there is no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer.
Believe your mates on the field.
Okay. Anybody else?
Trust your O-line.
Trusting your O-line, okay. For me, and we've seen it today in practice, protecting the football. We have to protect the football. That means we can't fumble. We can't throw interceptions, okay? And we have to get the snap from the center. We had 19 mishandled snaps today. 19. Can you win a ball game like that? Even if you don't convert on 3rd down, the offense possession ends with what? A kick. What I mean is this. Our defense is playing a hell of a ball game. The defense is just tearing them up. The defense even scored a touchdown on an interception. Our team, okay? They're keeping us in the ball game. But if we're giving the ball away, can the defense help us? No, there's games like that. Everything has to end in a kick, whether it's a kickoff after we score, whether it's a punt, whether it's a field goal and we made it, okay? It has to end in a kick. Remember that. The offense cannot give up the ball, okay? Protecting the football is the most important thing. The offense has to protect the ball. Your quarterback has to protect the ball. You can't have the quarterback throw 3 interceptions, fumble twice, okay, and then throw the ball like this on a pitch and the ball's behind him. Protect the football. Your quarterback has to, that's the most important thing. He can't be the guy that gives the ball over. Once you hand it to the running back, it's not your responsibility, correct? But you have to make sure that protecting the football is a must. If we was to play a game today against another team with what we had today on that field, you offensive coaches seen it, how many of you believe we could have won? Not one. Not one coach in here believes that. And that's right. You're not supposed to believe it. So coaches, I'm telling you right now, it's your job to emphasize the importance of protecting the football, the ball, okay? When you meet with your coaches, your offensive coordinator if you're a head coach, or your quarterback coach, and your quarterbacks, emphasize protect the football. Protect the football, guys. Defense can only hold up so long. Even if it's, 1, 2, 3, we're punting the ball down on their end, that's fine. That happens. But we have to protect the football. If we're getting the ball on the 20-yard line, okay, and then we fumble on the 25-yard line on our own side, what happens? Short field for their team, they score. The defense is pissed off, right? Defense is pissed off. I've seen it happen to us this year, okay, with the Rebels. We get the ball, we're moving the ball, bam, quarterback throws an interception. Quarterback fumbles. We end up going for it on 4th down a lot. And I think we had the best 4th down ratio because we had to. We had no option because we were in ball games like that, because we felt we were dominant enough to do it. But if we wouldn't had to, we would have lost a lot of games. Our head coach said, hey, let's do it. Let's go. And I'm sitting there going, oh, shit, my ass is tight. Man, we're going to give, if the defense comes on the field and we didn't do anything, it happens. Protect the football. Emphasize that to your quarterbacks, okay? Whose responsibility is it? Yes.
Just something, who will be ready, because that's like the timing plan. We want to train the food up and, or...
Okay, I'm going to get through this real quick, okay? No problem, okay. Whose responsibility for the quarterbacks protecting the football? Somebody.
Coach.
The coach. Why is it the coach's responsibility?
Yes, the coach.
Because he's the first one to lose his job.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay, good. It's the coach's responsibility. And what I mean by that, tell your quarterbacks and your centers, get outside, take some snaps, early outs. How many of you guys have players that come outside and they're throwing 40-yard passes down the field before practice? Everybody's running everywhere until the whistle blows. You even got offensive linemen running down the field going, look, coach, put me at tight end. Some of you guys been in that same boat as players. Get those players, that quarterback and that center, and say, you know something? Before you do anything, before you throw one pass, I want you to come out and take some snaps with the center. Because it's a proven fact. You all seen it today. What happened? 19 missed snaps today when we did team. How many of you guys had down in inside run? For you O-linemen, did you guys have any missed snaps down there inside run? Several, right? Take care of it. It's easy. Quarterback's your job right now. You're responsible for it. You go grab the centers. I need you to get 5 minutes of snaps, whether it's shotgun or whether it's underneath, okay? Good. Now, talking about snaps. Quarterbacks, okay? Quarterbacks, they should have their hands together, okay? The middle knuckle, okay? That middle knuckle should be in the center's butt, right in the crack of his butt. It sounds funny, but that's how it is, okay? Unless you're running shotgun. Okay, good. So I don't want to see the quarterbacks underneath like this, bending down, okay? You don't want him down here like this. You don't want his hand way up there by his nutsack either, okay? You want the finger right in the crack of his butt. The thing we missed today was the quarterbacks kept pulling out early, okay? They kept pulling out early, okay? What you have to do, you have to get that quarterback with the finger in the knuckle here, okay, right in this crack of his butt, okay? And once the ball is snapped, okay, he's going to ride him a little bit, okay? He's going to ride him a little bit. That means that ball should be sounding like this every time. Okay? Just like this. This is what you want to hear. Take time out, okay, to tell your centers and all you offensive coordinators or guys who's coaching quarterbacks, make sure that you got your centers and it's just bringing the ball straight up, okay, and it's almost like pulling a lawnmower. Okay, I want to bring it right up and they don't have to turn it. It's automatically going to turn. A lot of people say, no, he has to turn the ball here. Well, if I turn the ball there to the side, guess what? It might hit right here, okay, or in between my legs. I want to bring it up just like this right here every time. It's automatically going to make a turn if you pull it like a lawnmower. If you pull a lawnmower, a gas lawnmower, how does it do? See your arm turn? It's automatic. Automatic, okay? That's automatic, okay? So I suggest every practice, make sure you got your quarterbacks taking snaps, okay? The other thing is this, wet balls. How many of you guys actually practice with wet balls? Never.
We do on rain days.
Huh? On rain days. Without rain days. Got a story for you. When I played at Whitworth College in Washington, okay, we were going to play Linfield in Oregon, okay? In Washington, the weather was great. Super the whole week. And the coach brings out these balls he's put in a bucket. And we're like, what are you doing, coach? We can't throw the balls like that. He said, well, you know something? It might rain in Oregon. We practiced 3 days with wet balls. And on game day, when we got to Linfield, it was pouring rain. Little did we know our coach was smart enough to say, weather forecast, how's it going to be? Rain. So he knew that we would be facing a rain situation with wet balls, okay? And only thing he worked on with the quarterbacks was 3-step drop and handing the ball off. 3-step drop and handing the ball off. And we were like, man, hey, this is crazy. What kind of game plan is this? We end up beating them 7-6. 7-6. They had 2 field goals, and we had 1 touchdown and an extra point. But you know why? We were prepared. We were prepared better than they were because we prepared ourselves. Our coaches, he had us ready. Practice with wet ball. Everyday drills. Hey, once in every week. How many times do you play a game here in Germany and it rains? Everybody's been in a rain game here, right? How many fumbles had you had in that game? And you're thinking the whole time, we're going to just blow this team out. But now the rain comes. It's raining all over the place. Guess what happens? Your quarterback fumbles 3 times. Your running back fumbles 4 times. You can't throw an out. You can't throw a slant. You can't throw a hitch. Prepare your quarterback for that. Get him prepared. Get him prepared, okay? Always. Even when you think, hey, we're traveling to such and such, it might rain. It's cloudy. It might rain. So one practice, I'm going to take my quarterbacks out and we're going to throw simple routes with wet balls. So when it comes to them, they're not sitting there going, oh, coach, I can't throw with the ball. Prepare your quarterbacks. It helps them mentally, okay? Good. Now we're talking handoffs, okay? Handoffs. How many of you guys know exactly what a handoff is? Should be a simple answer. Giving the ball to the running back. Giving the ball to the receiver on a fly sweep. Okay? Good. How many guys know the technique of handoffs? Here we go. Okay? It's real important to understand when handing the ball off, once I get it from the center, okay, I want to protect the football. We go back to way to the top. Protect the football. Once I come from underneath the center with the ball, I want to get it right here. How many of you guys seen NFL quarterbacks do this? It's a lot of guys that do that, okay? It's a lot of guys in college do it, okay? My suggestion and my coaching point is this to you. Make sure when you get ready for your quarterbacks to take those snaps that they're getting the ball right here. Everything is here. I want to bring the ball right here and put it on my belt buckle, okay? I want to bring it right here and put it on my belt buckle. They should have their eyes on the ball, okay? Right here first, okay? To secure it, okay? For young quarterbacks. Older quarterbacks, they can take their eyes off the ball, in my opinion, okay? But a young quarterback, you want to make sure you secure it. 1, 2, and I'm looking at the ball and I'm looking it right to his belt buckle, okay? Or his navel, okay? Navel to navel, belt to belt. Right in this area here. Because once we start getting this here, where does the ball end up at? On the ground, somewhere else. Somewhere where you're going, why you can't look the ball in? So coaches, it's your responsibility to do those things with your quarterbacks. It's real important. Your quarterback should always have a ball to work on those things. Just this here. Okay? To make sure that he's getting it. Once I get it here, now I can stretch it out and give it to the running back. I want to put it right in the pocket, okay? I want to put it, the running back's arm is up here. If I'm putting it here, I want to put it in there, and I don't want to slam it in there, okay? I've seen guys take the ball, and it's like this. Boom! And the running back bends over, gets hit, and he fumbles. Hey, let him run through the ball. I'm going to stick it in there, let him run through it, and the most important thing is, hey, now it's a flow, and I keep my eyes on the ball to make sure it doesn't drop, okay? I want to see the ball through, okay, through his body. It goes through. Once he gets it, okay, now he can run. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, okay, right now because I guess the food is ready. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and finish another 30 minutes, okay? Thank you, guys. I'll see you in about 30 minutes.
Und der nächste war dann so, dass eigentlich fast nur noch ein Handback ging. Genau. Das ist dort, wo es frei ist. Ja, das müsste natürlich dann wahrscheinlich ja, nur Papier drin. Nur noch Papier drin. Du hast 3 Stück, 2 mehr als schon 1 mitzugeben. 2 Stück mehr als ich bereit bin. Schau mal, wenn du es weitergibst, musst du jetzt das da hinten. Sag das nicht wahr. Lass du was rausgeben. Was du noch? Taste the Rainbow. Ja, ich meine,
Das ist schon längst zu spät.
Okay. Okay. So let's get the second half started. I hope everybody got refreshed, got some food and some drink in their system. We're going to continue here. For me, you know, as a quarterback coach and an ex-quarterback, it's really important that you as coaches understand the importance of everyday drills. You cannot survive playing this game if you don't have your quarterbacks doing them. You'll find your quarterback getting into bad habits, okay? And you'll find them doing things in games where you say, we don't do that. We do this. So as coaches, you got to understand, how do I get my quarterback to be able to do the simple things? Because drops, mechanics, okay, they all have to be done every day. And that means having your quarterback do them on days that there is no practice. Simple answer. Everyday quarterback drills. Okay? Everyday quarterback drills. It could be at home. It doesn't have to be in the park when it's cold outside. A lot of times we think, man, I can only practice with my quarterback outside or in the gym where it's real big. No, you can tell your quarterback, hey, you know something? These are some simple things that you need to be doing at home. He can do them right out in the hallway. He can do them right in his bed. As a young quarterback, I used to take the football and I used to throw it up in the air to see how many times I can get the perfect spiral. The perfect spiral, okay? And I used to throw the ball at least 150 times, 200 times, just to see if I'm coming off, you know, the ball is coming off my finger the way it's supposed to be, okay? And we'll get into ball handling and the grip after we talk about some of these things. So remember, hey, importance of footwork drills. No feet, no throw. We've seen it today. Our quarterback's a little bit off balance, okay? And what are they doing? They're throwing because they don't have the balance and they don't have their feet underneath them. It is so important that as coaches, you understand before my quarterback can throw a pass, I got to make sure his feet is right. I got to make sure he's taking the right step. I got to make sure he's rotating his body. But first of all, I got to work on those things every day. Every chance I have with him, I have to work on his feet. Simple rule as a quarterback, no feet, no throw. Yes, you have quarterbacks that have great arms. They've got power and they can get away with it sometimes. But when pressure comes, what happens? Okay? They don't get their feet underneath them and they're throwing off balance. They're throwing off their heels. They're throwing across their bodies. I stress, work on the feet first. Please, work on those feet. Before they even pick up a ball, work on the feet. No feet, no throw. You'll find yourself doing this, saying this to your quarterback. What happened? Why'd you throw that interception? He was wide open. And I guarantee you, if you look back at the video, you'll see his feet was not right. You'll see that his feet was not set in the right place to throw that slant. Instead of his foot being out in front of it, his foot was behind the receiver and he's trying to throw like this across his body. Is that correct? No. Okay, you'll find that, hey, he's not stepping up into the pocket, getting his feet set, okay, to deliver the curl route. No feet, no throw. Some of the drills, okay, that we've got, and I got this on the board here, okay, line drills, okay, and I'm going to show you the video of some of the line drills that we do. One of the most important drills for me, okay, is back and forth. There's a line on every field, whether it's a soccer field or a football field where you're practicing on. You want to take that and you want to just tell your quarterback, I just want to get across the line with the ball on the shelf, okay? Make that the habit. If you see your quarterback with the ball down here, and we'll talk about ball on the shelf, but that drill is I want the quarterback with the ball here, and I just want him to get back and forth across the line with his eyes downfield. How many quarterbacks you know plays with their eyes down here? None. Unless they're young and they don't understand it. That's what you guys are here for, to teach them eyes down the field by all drills, okay? By all drills, okay? The other line drill, okay, is what I want to do. I want to go sideways, okay? I just want to have my quarterback going sideways down the line, maybe 10 yards, okay? Side to side drill. I call it ski drill. Some coaches call it side drill, okay? The other drill is over and back, okay? Same line I'm using. Now I got my line here, and make sure your quarterback is looking downfield and he's just coming back and forth. Okay, back and forth over the line, and then what you have him do, same drill, but now it's with movement, okay? He's just gonna be coming over the line, back and forth, okay? The other drill, okay, is called cone L drill, okay? And that drill consists of this, and that's something we're gonna do tomorrow, quarterbacks, and I'll show you, okay? You have this here, and a cone here. Okay, what your quarterback is going to do, he's going to backpedal here, He's going to backpedal here, then he's going to sprint here, and then come forward, okay? It's a simple drill, okay? And I'll show you in a minute on the video that I have here. Quarterback is just going to drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if it's only 3 steps or 5 steps. And then I'm going to backpedal here, okay, to the next cone, okay? And then I'm going to sprint here, 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 here. And then I'm going to plant and come forward, okay? That's your L drill, okay? In and out drill. One of the drills that I think helps a lot of young quarterbacks, okay, is getting their legs up, and it's with the bags, okay? You take your bags, okay, and the quarterback is just going over the bags, and he's just looking like this here, okay? I think we did that drill today with the quarterbacks, correct? Okay, in and out drill, okay? You just got him in and out, and he's just looking downfield, okay, making sure he's getting his legs up, okay? The next drill is flip the hips drill, okay? Flip the hips, okay? That means I got my quarterback here, okay? And what I want to do when I clap my hands, okay, he's just going to do this, okay? Either side, okay? I want to make sure he's flipping his hips, okay? Getting his hips around, okay? With his shoulder down field, okay? With his shoulder down field, okay? The other drill is clap drill, okay? You have a line. Your quarterback is running, okay? And this is almost like flip your hips. I'm going to run, okay? And when the coach claps his hands, he's just going to stop and plant, okay? If it's going to your left, okay, now your quarterback doesn't throw like this. I have to make sure I turn my hips around. So I'm running. Coach claps. Good. Now you can see if he has balance, okay? That helps with the balance, okay? That's real important that you do those drills with those young quarterbacks. Because what I found out today was this. Hey, I'm running. Guy's doing this, and he can't get his balance. Quarterbacks have to play where? As far as feet. On the balls. If they play on the heels, they're all over the place. That means I want my feet to be able to sustain me and keep me balanced. That means I want to have a little bit of air underneath my feet at all. Okay, just a little bit of air. Okay, it allows me to move. It allows me to be in the pocket and move. If I'm doing this here, everything is flat. I can't move. Always a little bit of air underneath the quarterback's feet. Okay? Even when he's taking the snap, okay? You don't want him flat-footed, okay? You want to have him up here like this, okay? Now you can just take your hand and you tell him, if you step on my hand, I'm going to kill you. If you step on my hand, I'm going to kill you. Now he has to understand, guess what? I have to be on the balls of my feet. I can't be flat-footed. Flat-footed quarterbacks, you can't play that. Quarterbacks cannot play flat-footed. It's simple, okay? It's never been done, and when it is done, what do you see quarterbacks doing? They can't even come out of the snap sometime. They're dragging their foot and they're tripping over. Get them on the balls of their feet, okay? Good. Now, we've got clap drill with movement, okay? We went over that. The next one is down the hall drill. How many of your quarterbacks, they drop back like this, and they throw into the left, and they're doing this? Okay, they're coming all the way around, wasted motion. So what we teach them is this. Here's the hallway to my left. Most right-handed quarterbacks, they have a problem throwing to the left. They're either doing this to try to throw it, young quarterbacks, or they're doing this. They're keeping their body here so they can cheat to get there. What we taught today was this. We had our quarterbacks drop, okay? It's 1, 2, I'm going to swing this leg a little over. It's called a cheat step. 3, and now when he gets ready to throw, where's his hips? In the hallway. Okay? Teach your quarterbacks that. Young quarterbacks have a tendency to do this and then over here. The other thing is the post step, okay? Post leg. When I plant, 2, 3, I want to post this leg here. I don't want it sitting flat. I got to get it on the ball. My leg on the ball of my foot like here so I can open up to it, okay? I want to be able to do that, okay? Post down the hall, okay, with the post step, okay? Post foot, post step, okay? Front load drill. Front load drill is easy. The only thing I want to do with my quarterback, I want to set him here like this. I want to have my shoulder, okay? I want to have my shoulder here. I want to have my tit here, and I want to have my hips right there, okay? And it's just front load, bam. Every day, he should be doing that, bam, every day, every day. The key to it is this, putting a towel under his arm, okay? And I'm going to tell you why to put the towel under the arm, so he's not swinging like this. You find a lot of young quarterbacks doing what? Swinging their arms. They don't need to do that. Okay, if you put that towel under here like this, okay, just tell them, hey, bring a white towel today. Now they're front loading, okay? Now it's this. Okay? Now it's that there. It's not swinging the whole body out of control. Make them keep that towel underneath them. Okay, put it under their arms, and you'll find out who's over extending, okay? This is easy. Now where does the arm have to stay? Here, okay? Here, every time, front load, bam. Okay, over the top, okay? Good, okay? Now, there's a different variation of bag drills that we do, okay? You can find information in the internet. There's a million bag drills you can do. Find out what's better for your quarterbacks. That's what I mean. Sit down with them, talk to them, and say, hey, is this something that we need to be doing? Integrate something in your winter program while you got them in the gym. That's the best time to get these drills done, because when you're outside practicing, nobody's really concentrating when it's cold, when it's -5 degrees, and the coach said, we're practicing. Everybody's like, hey, coach is crazy, man. I could be home. But those quarterbacks, they love when you coach them. So have something prepared for them. That goes back to what? Being prepared. Being prepared, okay? And then the circle drill, okay? The circle drills, you got 4 or 5 quarterbacks. They're running, okay? And what they're doing, they're throwing on the run. They're getting their shoulders parallel to the target. It's not the first guy in front of me. It's the guy in front of him that I'm hitting, okay? And once I get my shoulders parallel to him, I just want to throw the ball to him, and I want to keep going. I'll show you that drill a little bit later, okay? Good. That's the circle drill. Any questions about those drills? If you want this stuff on a stick, okay, if you got your stick with you, you can happily take it with you, okay? So you can get those drills. I have it all here, and you can take it with you if you got it, okay? If not, I can get your email address. Do we have all the email addresses back there? Just send me a copy of it, and if somebody calls me, I'm going to put my name on the board for you guys, okay? And you guys can call me and say, hey, Coach, can you send me that stuff? I don't have a problem with that, okay? Good. Any questions about the drills? Okay, throwing mechanics, ball handling. Okay, as we know, we can't throw the ball with no feet. Throwing mechanics, no feet, no throw, okay? What do we want our quarterbacks to be as far as when they're throwing the ball? I'm going to hide it from you. Some of you probably already seen it. Okay, accurate. Okay, anybody else? Quick, that's a good one. We want to have a quick release, okay? Anything else?
Consistent.
Consistent, efficiency, okay? Consistent, okay? Good. Those are the 3 things that I like to teach, okay? And I think it's really important that the young quarterbacks understand that. Older quarterbacks can get away with some things. They've already, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Because some guys are already set and they're good enough to get away with it. They're just that good enough to get away with it. But when you're teaching a young quarterback, you have to teach him the basic fundamentals. Efficiency, velocity, okay, which is quick, okay? And then we want to go with accuracy. I want my quarterback to be accurate. So how do we get the quarterback to doing those things? How do we get those quarterbacks to doing those things? Practice? Practicing what? Footwork, okay? Anybody else?
Read defense.
That comes later, okay? That comes later. What we do is those what? Everyday drills. Everyday drills. Because you can start doing a drill this week and then forget about it next week, and then guess what? The quarterback he's not as good as he could be if you do it 5 weeks straight. The quarterback position is not a position where you can just do something 1 time and think it's going to work. 2 times and think it's going to work. 3 times, think it's going to work. Oh, we're okay with that. 4 times, it's going to work. 5 times, it's going to work. You're going to find yourself falling off, and your quarterback is going to be insufficient by the end of the season. That's why everyday drills for the quarterback is so important. It's just like an O-lineman. If we're doing zone blocking, hey, I got to practice it almost every day if that's what our scheme is. If it's quick passing game with the quarterbacks, we have to do that every day. Every practice. Every practice, we have to do those things. If that's his strong point, give him the opportunity to be good at it. Don't put something in his hand and say, we're going to do it today and this week, and then next week we're going to change up and do something else. Find out the strong point of your quarterback and work on it every practice, okay? Good. Okay. Ball placement. Ball placement. How many guys know how the quarterback should hold a football? Show me.
We're talking about throwing, right?
No, we're just talking about holding the football.
Both hands? Protect the ball. Open your chest.
Okay, not bad. Okay, here we go. Ball placement for the quarterback. Ball is always on the shelf. What happens when the quarterback is here? I had a quarterback in here that I coached in Dresden one time, and he used to put the ball right here. He used to put the ball right here. He's sitting right in here today. Hanyo. When I came to Dresden, Hanyo used to drop back like this. Had the strongest arm. I'm like, wow, this guy can throw. But he had a wind-up habit. Doing this. Ball on the shelf all the time. It has to be on the shelf. Why?
You're losing time when you have to raise your arm out from low level to the top. You're losing time.
You're losing time, exactly. Quick passing game. Can I throw a three-step drop slant right from here? The timing's going to be off. But if I got it on the shelf right here, I'm right here with it. I'm now. If I'm bringing it from here, okay, if I'm bringing it from here, it's called wind up. I got to wind up to get it there. Always teach your quarterbacks everyday drills. Once again, ball's right here. Okay, eyes downfield. Keep it on the shelf. Always keep the ball on the shelf. Some of you guys like to run the bubble screen, right? Can you run the bubble screen like this? Quarterback has to get it, even out of the gun. Now I'm releasing it. Same thing here. Ball on the shelf, and I'm releasing it. I can't throw the bubble screen like this and wind up, because what happens is, hey, the defender's, he's on you by now. He's on that receiver, okay? Teach your quarterbacks, get the ball on the shelf right now. Make it to where they think, you know something? If the coach sees me doing this, I'm in trouble. That's what I do with my quarterbacks. If I see you doing that, you're in trouble. You're going to start running. I challenge them. I have to. Because remember, we're only human and we get lazy sometimes. At this position too, even when a guy thinks he's that good, challenge him. Make him work. Make him work. I challenged a kid today, Andy. And he has a habit of doing this. And I told him, I said, Andy, if you pat the ball again, I'm going to tackle you. And he looked at me like, this coach is crazy. This dude is crazy. And I started running after him. I said, you better get the ball on the shelf and deliver it. He threw 8 straight completions almost because he had the ball here. But he was throwing them a little bit wobbly. And then I asked him, how much do you bench press? He said, 70 kilos. I said, how many times? 3. I said, and you can't throw this ball, this 13-ounce ball, with some velocity on it? And I think the quarterback coaches were sitting there and they watched him complete the ball. Make your quarterbacks compete. Work them. Don't let them get lazy. Once they start getting lazy, then they get into bad habits. They get into bad habits. And when you start accepting that as a coach, then you wonder why we can't even complete the ball. Make them competitive. Challenge them. Challenge them. What did we say earlier? They're the most challenged player on the team, right? The most challenged player. Challenge them, okay? Good. Does anybody know where we're talking about grip now. Does anybody know where the hands, the fingers should be on the ball? Can somebody show me? Here, you. Show me where your finger should be. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Somebody else? Somebody else?
Something like that, so I still can see that way through it.
Okay. That's a good one. Good. Let your quarterback find the laces where he's comfortable at. Let him find the laces. As long as he's not gripping the ball in the middle like this, trying to throw it, you're okay. Okay? Let him find the laces, okay? I like to have my index finger on the back of the ball, my ring finger here or my middle finger on the back of the laces, and my ring finger on the first two laces. Okay? The most important thing is this, though, that your quarterback is not gripping the ball with his whole palm around it. You don't want him having that. Okay? The reason is this. It loses its velocity. You want to have a little bit of air in between the fingers, a loose grip is called, in between the fingers, okay, and the ball, in the palm of your hand. You see that? There's light there, okay? A little bit of light in there, okay? Okay? The drill that you probably want to work with your quarterback is just this here. Strengthen his fingers. Strengthen his fingers, okay? It's just drop and catch, drop and catch. They won't get it the first time because some of their hands are probably small, but continue to work with them. It's so important for their throwing technique, okay? It's so important that they're not gripping the ball thinking they have to squeeze the air out of the ball to try to get it downfield. What you'll find them doing is this. That ball will be coming out their hand and it'll be going like this. I tell the quarterbacks all the time, I don't care how you get it there. It can come out like this, but get it there for the young quarterbacks. An older quarterback knows how he should be gripping the ball, okay? Not too tight, okay? Just tight enough, okay? It's called loose grip. Just tight enough where he can deliver it, and you want that thing to come off the last index finger, okay? Remember this, and a coach told me this, and I thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I threw a 40-yard pass. It wasn't a touchdown, and the ball just took off like a duck. It got there, completion. And I'm like, oh, man, look, that's a terrible. Coach said, you know something? In the stats, they don't say you threw a wobbly completion. They say you threw a 40-yard pass completion. So that kind of changed my mind about, man, you know, forcing the quarterbacks to always throw spirals. Just get the ball there. But you have to have the ball on the shelf, good form, good follow through, okay? Good form, good follow through. You have to have a light grip between your hands and the ball, okay? Not too tight. Anytime you palm the ball, it's going to lose velocity. When your whole palm is on it, just go home and try it tomorrow. Get out there and just try to throw it with your whole palm and see what happens. Loose grip, okay? Loose grip, okay. Good, okay? Remember, throwing technique, okay? What we emphasize on is this. We want our shoulder, tit, and hip to be at our target, okay? So when I drop back, my last step, I want what? I want my shoulder, my front side tit here, chest, and my hip right there, okay? And I want to follow through, and I want to step, and I want to come over the top, okay? I want to be here, okay? So when you're teaching your quarterbacks, hey, just have them just step, and then throw, okay? That's the front load drill, okay? You can do that same drill to make sure they're doing it. For you quarterback coaches, make sure you videotape that stuff. Send it to them. Because you'll find what happens is this. Some guys will do this. You're out of sync. Because after your next step, where's your foot going to end up? Over there. And now you're trying to throw over there. Okay? Front load, just straight at them, over the top. Okay? Good. Release and extension. Some quarterbacks are different. Some quarterbacks, you can't change their throwing motion, okay? You can't do that, okay? So don't try to so much. Don't try to do something that a quarterback can't do. The most important thing for me, though, is make sure that he's got his elbow over his shoulder. Okay, elbow over the shoulder. That means this. I want to step, okay, and once I get it up here, I don't want it here. Okay, we've seen that today a little bit, which is okay. Now you quarterback coaches know, hey, I got to make sure he's throwing over his shoulder. Get that video out to him that you took of him and show him, okay? Now, hey, when I mean that, when I say that, I want to make sure that, hey, I'm stepping, I got a little bit of lean in my shoulder here going back, okay, and I'm coming over the top, and it should be here. See where my elbow is? Over the shoulder, okay? You never want your quarterbacks throwing here. Sometime in a game it happens, okay? But don't teach that habit to your quarterback. Don't let him think it's okay. Because a young quarterback, if you don't tell him, he'll keep doing it, okay? Make sure you emphasize the importance of getting the elbow over the shoulder, okay? Good. Now, there's a thing called the sock drill, okay, for extension. The sock drill is this. I'm going to take a sock, some of my socks, and I'm going to have the quarterback not even throw any balls to find out where his arm is going, okay? And that means I'm just going to take a sock and I want to get full extension, okay? I'm going to throw this out in the crowd now, okay, and tell me, did I extend? No. That's what happens with young quarterbacks sometimes because they want to play darts. They want to try to put it in a place. Throw the thing. Throw the thing. So what you have to do, get them with the sock drill without a football, okay, in the off season, in the gym, so you don't have balls flying everywhere, and let them just throw it. See the difference? You see the difference? Full extension. Full extension, okay? Make them extend. Tell them don't throw it too hard, they'll throw their arm out. But that sock drill comes from a good coach that I know who taught me stop trying to throw darts. You've got a strong arm, but stop trying to place the ball like a dart. And that's what you find a lot of young quarterbacks doing. They'll do this and they'll, Hey, what about the rest? Follow through, full extension, okay? Full extension, okay? By all means necessary, repetition, 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 repetition. Don't start running from drill to drill every practice. In your winter trainings, don't start saying we're going to do this over here and then 5 minutes of this and then 5 minutes of this. If it takes you 15 minutes to get it right to where your quarterbacks are developing at the pace that you want them to, continue to do the same drill. Remember, you're not rushing to play a game in the winter. You have plenty of time. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Because you'll be bouncing all over the place, and they'll be bouncing all over the place. Okay? Good. Let's move on. Good. 3-step drops. 5-step drops. Okay? 5-step drop, okay, is something that I don't think most of you guys use here, do you? You're trying to get rid of the ball quick with your young quarterbacks, right? Is that what you guys want to do? Get rid of the ball quick? Because maybe the offensive line can't really block that good. They're young and experienced, okay? Perfectly fine. You don't have to do 5-step all the time, okay? 3-step drop. What I like to see quarterbacks do is, first of all, when they come from underneath the center, okay, is to not put their eyes down, okay? When they get the snap, get their eyes downfield. Most guys, okay, and we've seen it today, guys are doing this, trying to make sure. What do we have to revert back to? Everyday drills. Snapping the ball. Snapping the ball. Getting the quarterbacks out there with the centers, taking at least 25 snaps so we can eliminate that ugliness in practice, okay? Those balls on the ground. Hey, get that quarterback, make sure he's got his hand right, okay? Before you even start the 3-step drop, make sure he's pushing off, okay, with the right foot. He's going to open with one big step. Okay, one big, crossover, plant, and throw. Okay, one big, crossover. The next one is the 3rd step, plant, and throw. So it'll look like this, okay? It'll look like this. 1, 2, 3, bam. It's like a dance, okay? It's like a dance. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Okay? It's like a dance. 1, 2, 3, throw. 1, 2, 3, throw. It's not 1, 2, 3, skittle, 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 throw. When I say skittle, 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 you'll see this. 1, 2, 3. No, it's 1, 2, 3, throw. Remember, 3-step drop is what? All timing patterns, right? It's timing. The slant, the hitch, the out, okay, the quick out, okay, the speed out, okay. Those are timing patterns, and they can't be done with 1, 2, 3, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. The line can't hold that much. It's got to be out, okay. Teaching your quarterback who to go to on the 3-step drop, okay. Once he sees, hey, this guy's playing tight on the hitch, I can't go there. He's playing bump and run. Are we able to convert the route? Okay, we're not that far yet. We can't tell a young quarterback, okay, hey, check to something else. He's just learning how to throw the ball. So, hey, you know something? We got a thing called the progression. Hey, I got a hard corner over here on my 3-step drop. I got a cornerback playing here at 8 yards. That's something you can teach a quarterback. They've got their best athlete probably on a good receiver out here. They've got an okay cornerback out here playing with one of our best receivers over here. Hey, where am I going with the ball on 3-step? Teach them that. Teach them that. Don't let them force anything. 3-step drop, hey, guess what? This guy's playing tight, this guy's playing loose, okay? It's called vision on the field for the quarterback. Hey, I'm going to be here. I already know this guy's playing 8. When he backs up, he's at 11, okay? So we're throwing the 5-yard hitch. I'm 1, 2, 3. My eyes are there right now, and I'm getting rid of the ball. I'm not wasting any time. I'm not skittle-butting around. Well, maybe. No. Get them in that mode that they can do it. Give them the confidence. But what does it come from, coaches?
Motivation.
Nope. Repetition, repetition. Repetition, repetition. Okay? Good. So, any questions on the 3-step drop? Okay? It's just one big crossover. Next step is your 3rd step. Plant and throw. Okay? It should look like this. Hup. Get them to doing that without even throwing the football. I had a coach one time. He used to have a drum. He had a little drum with a thing. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Doom. And that's how we had to do 3-step drop. Doom, doom, doom. Doom. Because it was like music to our ears. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Now the rhythm, you imagine that. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Make them get into a rhythm that they're comfortable with. It might be funny to them at first. They'll be looking at you like, Coach, what are you doing? Say, can you dance to the music? Can you dance to the music? Because that's what it is, repetition. Once you learn how to sing a song, how did you learn how to sing that song? I sang it over and over and over. I listened to the lyrics. It's the same thing with repetition. I do it over and over and over until I know it by heart. Where I can wake up in the middle of the night and go, damn, Coach, I'm dancing to the music. Coach is not even around, but I'm dreaming of this stuff. That's the feeling that you have to give your quarterbacks, where they go home and dream stuff. I've had quarterbacks come to me and say, Coach, don't run us no more like that. We didn't run. Coach, I was dreaming that you was running us today. I said, you're just playing when you're trying to get out of the running. Get your ass on the line and let's do these 3-step drops. Doom, doom, doom. And I do it today. Doom, doom, doom. Okay? Good. Okay. 5-step drops. 5-step drop, you're just incorporating from the 3-step drop. Okay? You're just adding 2 more steps onto it. Okay? So it's 1 big, 2 crossover, 3 big sometime, depending how far you want to get away from the line of scrimmage, and then 4 and 5, okay? Or it's 5 quick, okay? 5 quick is I just want to step here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step and throw. 5 quick, okay? And I'll show you that in a minute, okay, on the drops, okay? Then there's 5 big, okay? 5 big is what I call 5 big. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have to do what? Take a hitch step and throw. Okay? Take that hitch step and throw. Okay? It all depends on the route that we're running. Okay? If it's a 20-yard out and we need to have a hitch step to make, to get that ball out there, then we take 5 big. Okay? Or 7. Some coaches call it 7. I like to call it 5 because I don't want my quarterback running to the next end zone sometime thinking, I got to get back. Okay? So I just call it 5 big. Okay? Good. Any questions about that? Okay, good. Okay. So, 3-step drop. Okay, there it is right there. Here's a 5-step, 5 quick, and throw it. Okay, good. Let's go back to the other side. 3-step. Am I doing this right? Let me go here with it. Okay, now, as you can see here, by the 3-step drop here, the quarterback has his balance underneath him. Where's the ball at? On the shelf, correct? He's got it ready. It's loaded. He's ready to pull the trigger on his 3rd step, okay? He's got it ready. It's loaded. He's ready to pull the trigger. Okay? Okay, good. Here we go. 5 quick. Okay, by the 5 quick step, you see, he does a shuffle. He throws a good ball outside, okay? Let's go back to the 3-step. Okay, over the top. You see where the ball's at? Over the top. He's got the ball on the shelf. He's coming over the top, and he actually's got his arm inside. He does swing a little bit, which is I don't like, but he's still here with it at the last release. You can see where his arm is outside, okay? Let's take a look at it again. Okay, but you see where his arm is at? Where we talked about the towel drill? You see it? He's got it to his body. He's not swinging way outside here, okay? He's right here with it, and he's coming through and following over the top, okay? Good. 5 quick. Let's go to 5 quick real quick. Okay, good. Now he's got his feet. He's balanced, okay? He's got the ball ready. Where's the ball at again, quarterback coaches? On the shelf, okay? Good. Now he's ready to deliver, okay? He's got his 5 steps. He's about 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage, as you can see here. And on his last step, he's opening and he's throwing. Good. Okay, good. Now let's go to 3 and 5 step again. Okay. Say, from the other side here, 3 steps, okay? Once again, we get a different angle from it, okay? Here's your 5 step. Let's go back to your 3 step again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's got his lean back a little bit. Now he's ready to come over the top and deliver. Make sure your quarterbacks are not leaning so far back that they're doing this, okay? You want him, when he comes out from underneath the center, you want him to be right here. Now his body lean is a little bit forward. He's got his face mask a little bit on his front shoulder pad, okay? That's real important because what happens sometimes, some guys will do this, okay? And now it's what? I got to wind up to try to get the thing there, okay? Hey, quick passing game. I want to get rid of it fast as I can. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm right here. Everything is here. I'm balanced. I got my feet underneath me, okay? And I got what? My shoulder, my tit, and my hip to my target, okay? And now I can deliver, okay? The other thing is this. Make sure your quarterbacks, okay, make sure that they understand where they're throwing the ball to. How many guys know that you throw the ball to an area? On certain pass plays you do, okay? You never throw the ball to the receiver directly. You guys are saying, what is he talking about? You throw it to where he's going, not where he's at. That's what I teach. If I'm throwing a slant route and he stops right there, don't I think I need to be putting there where he's going? I need to lead him with the ball. If I put it where he's at right now, I'm going to miss him every time. Every time I'm going to miss him, okay? Some coaches teach it different, but I always tell my quarterbacks, throw it to where he's going, not where he's at, on a slant route. On a hitch route, I want him to split him right down the middle, okay? Understand this. Your quarterback does not have to see the receiver's number to deliver the ball. Of course, we don't ever want to force it, but the thing is this. When the receiver drops his hips, the ball should be coming out. He might not see it, okay, but he knows where he's going. So when that ball comes out on the hitch, when he turns around, it's there. Once your quarterback starts seeing numbers, okay, well, I'm waiting for the numbers. That gives the DB plenty enough time to recover, pick the ball, and go for 6. Okay, so start teaching your quarterbacks, hey, when he drops his hip, the ball should be coming out. If it's a slant, bam, okay? Don't teach them that. Wait till you see the numbers. So you guys who are coaching the receivers as well, start telling your receivers, get your head around. Get your head around. What I tell my quarterbacks is this. I said, you know something? If they're not looking, hit them in the face mask. Hit them. I guarantee you they'll turn around then because they know that ball is coming. Hit them in the face mask. You know, hey, guess what? This guy's running the slant. He's not looking. Bing. Okay? And that's the thing that has to happen by these young quarterbacks. Hey, plant, ball's coming out, bam, timing's better, okay? Even on the hitch. Plant, ball's coming out, it's right there, okay? Those are the little small things that has to be done in order to develop your quarterbacks, okay? Good. All righty. Let's move on here, and here's some drills. It's going to move. Here we go, quarterback drills, okay? Quarterback drills, okay? And I'm just going to go through this because we're running quick on time. Warm up, okay? Warm up, okay? This is what we got. On the line drill, drop on the line. Same thing we did today, okay? Nice and easy, okay? Quarterback coaches, make sure you film it. As you can see here, his body is balanced pretty easy. He's got a little swing in his arms, but the ball is on the shelf. Kneeling warm-up drill, okay? Sometimes when it's wet outside and cold, you guys don't want to be down there. They don't want to be down there. So we'll stand up and we'll do it like this here. We'll turn our body this way and we'll just throw over the top, okay? Flip the wrist, okay? Now we got back and forth drill, okay? Back and forth to get the body warm, okay? It's just back and forth. Make sure your quarterback is coming forward and he's throwing off his front foot, okay? He's throwing off his throwing foot, okay? As you can see here, he's just coming off and he ends up throwing off his front foot, okay? Good. Circle drill. Okay, here's circle work, okay? Circle work, we're just throwing to the odd guy here. We're just coming around, okay? And we just want to make sure we get our shoulders parallel to our target, okay? This is to help get the quarterbacks warming up. Instead of everybody just standing around doing nothing, just throwing little balls, get their legs working, okay? Here's front load drill, what we talked about. You guys see the towels underneath their arms? You see it? There's a white towel, it's just front load, okay? Hey, have your quarterback just step, keep that towel under the arm again, okay? And then we're just gonna front load that thing and do it here, okay? To keep his arm nice and tight to the body, okay? Footwork drill, okay? Here's just drop drill, okay? With karaoke or tapioca, whatever you prefer, okay? Get your bags, separate them, and have your quarterbacks do that, okay? This is just drop drill. Now it's to the left, okay? Tapioca to the other side so they're able to turn, okay? Good. Here's just straight drop back, back pedal, and back through the cones, okay? Quick feet, fast feet, okay? Same drill we do on a line, okay? We can do those same drills on a line, okay? Before you start throwing the ball with your quarterbacks, have them do the footwork first, okay? Don't let them start throwing the ball because they're emphasizing on throwing the ball instead of their feet, okay? L drill, what we talked about, okay? L drill, okay? Good, okay? Hip flips, okay, here we go. Quarterback just gives a signal, okay? And we're out of there, okay? Each quarterback gets a set of it, okay? Here's the same thing, but now you can do it quicker, okay? One quarterback at a time, okay? So you can really emphasize whether he's getting his feet down, okay? The thing that I like about that drill is the quarterback has to get his feet down real quick, okay? Here's the wave drill, okay? As you can see, the quarterback has to drop his shoulders, okay, to get out of there, okay? Remember we talked about dropping the shoulder and getting out of there? That's what we want in that, okay? Drops in accuracy, Okay, here we go. Now we just want to work on our 5-step drop, making sure we got our balance underneath us at all times, okay? You never want your quarterback to be leaning on when he's ready to throw, okay? He has to be on the balls of his feet, okay? Good. Same thing. This is all for balance, okay? Okay, and then we've got more drop drill, step and throw, okay? More drop drill, step and go. We got play action, okay? And we want to just make sure we get our body turned around correctly. We got bootleg action drills, okay, on the run, okay? And that comes from the circle drill. Here we go, bootleg, okay, we got boot. Make sure the quarterback is coming around and he's getting his shoulders parallel to the target, okay? This is just called bucket drill, okay? Make it a competition. Okay? Just have your quarterbacks just throwing it up, laying it up there. That's that good fade drill, More balance drills for you, I got right here. These are the drills that we'll be doing tomorrow, okay? Single bag drills, okay? Over the top, each quarterback goes over the bag 5 times, and then he throws it. Front, side, okay? And have him throw it after the 5th time, okay? Good. Same drill, same drill, same drill, okay? Make sure they're getting their feet up, and where we want to keep the ball at, what's the most important thing? On the shelf, okay? Here we go, round the bag drill, okay? Once again, 4 to 5 times around the bag. Make sure he gets his feet set and be able to throw, okay? Here's another one. It's called run through and throw. Run through and throw, okay? And now we've just got circles, same thing, slide and throw, okay? And these are some of the drills that you guys can do. These are simple drills. You don't need bags. You can use cones, okay? Here we go. Wave drill once again, okay? And throw. Just have him set up where he wants to throw, where he feels comfortable, okay? These are some of the things that we'll be doing tomorrow, okay? Okay, now, this is something that I'm not sure that every coach wants to do. I don't do it, but you can do it, okay? It's the band drill. It's for balance, okay? To see if your quarterback can actually resist, it's okay to do it if you've got the material to do it. Every coach doesn't have that material to do it, okay? Okay? Pocket awareness. We want to set 5 balls down, 6 balls maybe, and have the quarterback just pick it up. You give each ball a number. Now he has to start using his brain. You call 5, 3, 2, 1. He has to pick it up and deliver it, okay? Pocket awareness, okay? Same thing. Now you can put the ball in a different realm around him here. He has to just get the ball, step and throw. Pick it up, step and throw. That way he can remember, hey, I got a clock here. I have a clock. Now I just have to find it, okay? Same drill. Now you got your receivers involved in it. Now you got your receivers running around. Pocket awareness. Hey, find it. Find him a receiver. Find a receiver, okay? Good. Here it is again, okay? Now you can just go straight down the line. Same thing, okay? Just have him move down the line, turn around, get his feet set and deliver, okay? Good. Pocket awareness. Now, we've got 3 guys with bags here. They're attacking the quarterback. Quarterback needs to be able to shuffle, okay? Step out of the way and deliver, okay? Coming from all angles, okay? That's something that we'll do tomorrow so I can teach the quarterback coaches here exactly how you want to do that drill, okay? This is all pocket awareness. This is over-the-top drill, real important, okay? Right now, I just want to have the quarterback just get the ball over the top, okay? Over the top of the soccer goal, okay? This is the option drill. If you're an option coach, if you're running the options, read option, here it is right here, okay? Make sure that your quarterback understands I'm reading the defensive end, okay? If that defensive end commits, okay? If that defensive end comes inside and chases the running back, I'm keeping it. If he slow plays it, okay, and sits out here, I'm giving it, okay? For all you read option guys, if you guys want to know a little bit more on it, I got some stuff that I can give you. Good. That's it for me. I enjoyed it. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And if anybody needs to call me, I'll put my number on the board for you immediately, and you can call me and get any of this information. And I got a bunch of other stuff if you want it. Thank you.